Episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Sup everyone, to more Greatest
Glancing
Attorney.
over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
What Jap... Isn't that written by Watson? Isn't he dead? Or, sorry, Wilson. Excuse me. Ooh, I love the outfits.
Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station
I like
or
the
not,
voice
I've
acting.
never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives.
Wow.
This country is incredible.
Wow. Wow. Soaps. I really like the outfit
like I'm
Ryunosuke
dreaming.
has on.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
It's simple, but I like it.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
How nice of you.
I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Oh,
And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
oh. That's a pretty warm welcome, all things considered. Whoa. The PNG doves. February 18th, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Chief Justice. Huh. Oh, I guess Susada's back in her old outfit. What an incredible place. It's so imposing, it's almost suffocating. This feels like a frickin' place that you'd fight Dracula. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you! This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this is quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. I would say so with all those gears and stuff. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. Sorry, I had to check something in my book. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity. as envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Exactly. Which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. I guess I'll just use a regular voice until I see what they look like. Oh, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Damn! Okay. Shit, what type of voice do I give this dude? God damn. Oh. I feel like you need to give him a regal and deep-pitched voice. Man, and I thought I was done with deep-pitched voices for a bit. Or I could give him a real wacky and over-the-top voice. I don't know how much we're going to be seeing this dude. Ahem. I trust you want... No. I'm not going to do an accent for every British character now that we're in Britain, by the way. I don't want to insult... I don't want to insult people with accents any more than I have to. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Mael Stronghart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, It's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Stronghart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Yokoso, Yusha. Oh, wait. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. Talk about a pose. Oh boy, we're here. Let me save. I feel very intimidated by this dude. I am similar to Ryunosuke in that sense. I wonder if we can examine stuff. There's the gears. Where's the gear maker? Where's Asuka? I don't know. Is this some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you'd find on a steam locomotive even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean. Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size, and I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make, considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Not wrong on that. Suits of armor. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. Sorry, there's a bug that keeps landing on my mic and it's pissing me off. I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. And they roam around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Miss Hisato? This book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did she get that incredible tome? I don't know. It's probably some forbidden arts. Some dark arts or something. A candle. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. I mean, technically if they went to ceiling, it would be like past the cogs, but sure. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law, either. There are books about the judicial system or other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, and Holland? Well, what about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Damn it. And I thought I'd finally get an answer after all this time. I think the only thing we haven't examined is... Wait a second. Why can we look to the side? There's nothing here. That's weird. Yeah, there's literally nothing else to examine over here. That's kind of odd, but whatever. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. Feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know, that's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Alright, we're done with that. Okay, first off. Oh. I wasn't expecting us to have this. I thought we would still have, whatchamacallit. Oh, it's this. Oh, it says his name on it. Interesting. The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Kazuma Sogi. This was his band, of course. He had his heart set on this study tour in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place. Also, this bug is really pissing me off. Oh my god. I have such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at this armband, though. Interesting. Honestly, I didn't think we would be getting this. I thought we'd still have my collar pin and I'd be able to present it for a meme. These are the scales of justice. They're a symbol of the defense, aren't they? Yes, that's right. The scales are a symbol of fairness to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the law. And they're a warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind. But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more suspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think. Very impartial, I'm sure. Interesting. I don't know if I should converse. London, law student. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, hell, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Okay, but what if... doing this... Lord Stronghout, may I show you this? To accept this item, issue a receipt, examine it thoroughly, and make a formal statement of my findings. Would require something in the region of 24 seconds of my time. Sorry? Does the item warrant 24 seconds of my time, Mr. Naruhodo? Let's leave it for now. You seem very time obsessed, and makes sense that you have all these gears and whatnot. Not many clocks, though. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law from this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news. Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy. And I see that's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Miss Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. This is it then. The moment of truth. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart. I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say this to this man. Mr. Naruhodo. I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there was someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Oh my gosh. Actually, there's no one. Sorry, that was a joke. It's only been 40 days since Kazuma died. And yes, I've studied as hard as I possibly could. But can I really stand before this terrifying man and claim that I can do the job? Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Of course only... but I'm not sure if I can stand before this terrifying woman and claim that I can't. I'll end up upside down on the floor if I do that. Not that I'm scared of a Susato takedown, obviously, but still, perhaps I should change my answer. It's me, I can do it. Aw, damn it. I was hoping we get to choose Susato as well. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Cosmo to help me, and I was the accused. Glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board at the SS Burya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, but you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Sogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in a good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words into trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes. You say you intend to do everything Mr. Sogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Naruhodo ne. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Let's hear about this test. What do you got for us? So, what form of test will I be taking? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defenses yet. So this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you will have passed my test. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? The first case, our man got accused and was the defendant. The second case, he was accused and was called a criminal by many and was chained. The third case, he just arrived in Great Britain and now has to defend someone. Without even, like, a day of rest. Yes, good question. Oh, I remember. It's murder. It's a murder trial. I was right. Okay. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death. Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. You'd be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Well, I'll do it is the obvious answer. I don't think I'm gonna get much funny stuff if I say I won't do it, but I'll do it for the dialogue, I guess. Alright then, if I have to give you a decision now, my answer is I can't do it, I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for package back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Miss Usato, but what could I do? It's alright, I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Miss Usato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that... I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful! But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam?
What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves.
He's gone.
The Old Bailey.
If we're gonna do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once.
Okay, but what if I present this to you? Just what if? Mr. Sato, can I just ask you something?
Careful! From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant.
I know.
Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you, I will.
You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom.
If you need to ask me anything, it better wait until we're at the Old Bailey.
Okay, fine, jeez. What to do? Mrs. Sato, okay. Never mind. It's just the same thing. Alright, fine, we're going. Let's go. February 18th, 9:45 a.m., the Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber.
Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins.
I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were gonna rattle loose.
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destinations in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Herlock Sholmes stories, and it works quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were gonna die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yes, I suppose there's that.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here. But there's no sign of him at all.
So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive nature, almost an oppressive air, even. Almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed.
Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Whoa. Look at this dude. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry, I gotta come up with a voice. He has... Well, great, now I have to use a different accent. What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Things are far desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself. So I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name. And all while in a strange, faraway land. I'm turning them into Danny DeVito. I think this is the first meme-related voice I'm going to make. I'm gonna give him a frickin' Danny DeVito voice, I've decided. Look at this man. He looks short. He looks Danny DeVito-ish. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me stop by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas? Please, Mrs. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo.
What? 'Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over.
Did that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah, that hit me in the eye.
Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me.
Oh?
To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good old self here. I'll be in the dark. So now what I wanted you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now.
Oh, well, the thing is...
Don't worry about a thing. All you gotta do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's gonna start me without even any kind of representation at all.
So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but... Does that mean you're the defendant in this trial?
Blustering blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names.
No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see.
I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the center of London is another beautiful park.
Sorry, a park? What?
It's called McGilded Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated it to the city, so I did.
An entire park in central London?
City of Smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
Ah, but now they've got the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you?
Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best.
What was I have to say? What was I have to say, you damn idiot? You daft idiot?
I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This chance of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's the case, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well? Well... Not at all. Although it is a little strange, to be honest. Why, you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper, the Bailey. Lord Beric von Zykes. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? I can't believe we're fighting Calliope Mori in court. When Van Zykes stands for the prosecution, they call the accused as sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness. Lord Beric von Zykes. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor, then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided that I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I'm sorry, I have to... What was that? Did you see that? The freaking window just, like, blinked in and out of existence real quick there. When I have to voice this guy, his voice is very straining on my throat, so I constantly have to get, like, sips of water. More so than I usually do. Because doing all this voice acting, I already have to do that, but it's even more than usual now. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodo. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Cosmo would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Cosmo. And we will see the court next time on Great Ace Attorney. Because, oh man, does my voice need a break. Voicing that dude is tiring. Adios, ciao, and bye-bye. Signing off until next time. Ja, mata ne.